Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miist back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Going to be talking about every movie and TV show I watched last week, which is a lot. This is one of the most I've ever watched in a week, probably, because I watched 6 seasons of Clone Wars this week. Which, don't get me wrong, it's not too long of a show, and most of the episodes are 20 to 24 25 minutes, I'd say. So yeah, they're pretty easy to get through. But yeah, I watched a lot of TV this week, a lot more TV than movies, that's for sure. And I also ranked like a lot of movies. A lot of them were short films, but anyways, let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Yeah, let's start it off with the. Sorry, Betty just absolutely chucked my phone. So let's start over. Let's try this again. My least favorite season of TV this week was season 3 of Clone Wars, which I ranked an 80 out of 100. I think it's great. I think the only season of the show that I don't think is great is the first season. Um, and for a while, I definitely thought that this show just got better and better, but I don't know if that's entirely true. There are so many good arcs in each season, but there's some that just aren't good or are boring or not interesting. So, and it's like that in every single season, unfortunately. The highs are truly some of the highest highs you'll ever get in Star Wars, in my opinion, and the lows are some of the some of the lowest lows too, unfortunately. So season 3 definitely, it's okay, it's decent, it's good, it's great. I ranked it an 80 out of 100. Let's talk about season 6, which I ranked an 81 out of 100. This one felt almost like a side quest, because the first arc is fantastic. Of course, that arc with Fives is fantastic. We're learning about Order 66 and the naivety of Anakin and Rex. They don't know what's going on, they don't understand. But eventually, we obviously see that Rex does kind of find out a little bit more. But anyways, and then the end of this season is just Yoda literally on a side mission exploring the Force, which it's kind of filler, but it's also kind of not, just because it's kind of important because it's a lot of like deep Force lore. And yeah, rated an 81 out of 100. Let's move on to season 7. Season 7 has probably the best ending to any show ever, in my opinion. I truly can't think of anything that comes to the top of my head that I like more. It's genuinely that good, and if you haven't seen Clone Wars, please do yourself a favor and at least watch the essentials of Clone Wars. It's very easy to find a list of the essentials of Clone Wars, and man, this is it. Like there's so much in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I tried convincing Mel to watch Clone Wars with me last year, just the important stuff, but she didn't want to, and she didn't like the animation, so we didn't. But she misses so much, and it's so sad because there's so much fucking good in this show. Anyways, I ranked this in 82 out of 100. Season 2, I ranked it 83 out of 100. This one is probably the most well-rounded of arcs, I would say. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I'm rated an 83 out of 100. It's fun. I love everything and every single time we are on Mandalore in this show. I think it's some of the best Star Wars that we're getting. And yeah, I love literally the entire Mandalore arc from season 2 all the way to season 7 that we get. It's a very large arc, and it's really one of the biggest arcs of the show, and it's fantastic. And yeah, 83 out of 100 for season 2. Let's move on to season 4, which I ranked in 85 out of 100. Another great arc. The Krell arc is fantastic. It fucking pisses me off in a good way, though. I fucking hate Krell. But yeah, shout out Hardeen. I love that arc as well. And of course, literally anything Maul is doing here, Maul's on fucking demon time, and it's great. And I love it. and I believe, oh no, sorry. Anyways, this is where we get Maul, we get Nightmare Fuel Maul. It's hilarious, it's scary, it's iconic. 85 out of 100. And season 5, I would say, is probably my favorite season of Clone Wars, which I don't know if I really expected that heading into this. I ranked it an 87 out of 100. Um, Savage is one of my favorite characters in the show, of alongside Maul, of course. Maul is fantastic as always, and Obi-Wan is great. Again, everything on Mandalore is great. It breaks my heart seeing Obi-Wan watch Satine die. It hurts so very much. Sidious offing Savage also fucking hurts my feelings, and yeah, I don't want to talk about it. 87 out of 100. And my favorite watch of the week for TV was season 1 of Maul Shadow Lord. It is fucking fantastic, man. It's so fucking good. I genuinely cannot believe how fucking good this show was. It blew me away. Absolutely everything about the show blew me away. The animation is fucking gorgeous. It's the Clone Wars animation. Really, I'll say that I don't even want to say the Clone Wars animation, because the Clone Wars animation at season 1 is not great. It gets to a little bit higher of a quality from, I'd say, seasons 4 through 6. And then season 7, again, another jump in obviously technology and better animation. But Maul completely wipes the floor of all of Clone Wars combined. It's the best looking animation that we have in Star Wars animation, I'll say, apart from like maybe Visions, but that's a little bit different, obviously. Um, It's gorgeous. I love it. The paint strokes, like the brush strokes of a painting out of pretty much any backdrop you can see, or any background of like a wide scape of, or a wide scale that you see. It's fucking gorgeous, man. It's fantastic. And this storyline, I'm so it's so invested in. I can't wait for season 2. I want to see where this story between Devin and Maul goes. Predictions for season 2. Lawson is alive. We never see him die, so I would assume he's still alive, because he is the only person to have actually seen that Maul literally let Daki die. So I would like to explore more of that, obviously, and I think we will. And of course, what a pleasant surprise! I honestly really didn't think we were going to see Maul. Sorry, I honestly really didn't think we were going to see Vader in this show, but Vader was again on Demon Time. He was fucking insane. He looked like an absolute fucking maniac in this show. He looked incredible. He's literally moving on fucking horror scales. It's fantastic. Anyways, it was so good. I can't wait for season 2. Hopefully next year. We don't have anything official yet, but hopefully next year we shall see. I don't even know what else to say. It's really just damn fucking good, man. I ranked it a 95 out of 100. It's one of the highest rated shows I've ever ranked, so that's iconic. Yeah, anyways, let's move on to the movies. Starting it off with one of the themes of the week of Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which I ranked a 10 out of 100. If you want a movie to laugh at because of how hysterically bad looking it is, I would recommend this movie, because it's truly some of the worst CGI, if not the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life. The plot just isn't interesting anyways. It falls so far from the original. It's so fucking bad. I ranked it a 10 out of 100 for a half star. Like, it's dreadfully bad. It's brutal. Anyways, let's move on to Cosmopolis, which I ranked a 35 out of 100. To be honest, I started this movie last Sunday, kind of forgot about it for a couple days because I was focusing on Star Wars. I ended up finishing it on, I think, Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, so that's on me. But I wasn't enjoying it to begin with. There was really only like one part of the movie that I enjoyed, but again, leaving it in like a 3 day gap, that's on me. It probably could have been a higher rating, and I ranked it a 35 out of 100. Yeah, let's move on to another theme of the week, which is Star Wars. We have a few different short films, kinda. So let's start with the first: Zen, Grogu, and Dust Bunnies. This is like a 4 minute short. It's cute. It's nothing special. The score from Ludwig Göransson is awesome, and it's Studio Ghibli animated. It's cute. It's fine. I ranked it a 55 out of 100. Moving on to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland Resort. These two Disneyland Resort walkthroughs are cool. They're very cool. They make me jealous because I've never been to Disney. And I can't wait for the day that Mel and I get to go to Disney together. And this Galaxy's Edge is cool. I rank it a 60 out of 100. It's not as cool as Rise of the Resistance. This one is kind of like an interactive, puts you in the story a little bit more, and it's very cool. So I like this one a little bit more. Ranked it a 65 out of 100, but they're both fine. They are what they are. Let's move on to Mortal Kombat 2, which I said a lot about, so feel free to read my review. But let me sum it up and say that the trailer of this movie is a little misleading because the trailer made me very excited for this movie, and I don't think the actual movie is as good as the trailer. It kind of sucks when a trailer makes a movie look better than it is. I guess maybe that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know. No, probably not. I would say no. A trailer is supposed to make you want to go to the movies, and that's exactly what it did. The trailer really made me want to watch this movie, and it ended up becoming one of my most anticipated movies of the year because I loved the trailer so much. It looks awesome. Similarly, with a similar feeling to Street Fighter, which comes out later this year. So hopefully that doesn't disappoint me. But nonetheless, Mortal Kombat 2 is fine. I think there's some good moments. I think there's some okay moments. It's not as funny as the first. The first one I think is very fucking funny, or I should say the 2021 one. But yeah, I think it's fine. Like I said, I ranked it a 69 out of 100. Feel free to read the review. Let's move on to Star Wars Clone Wars, the 2D animated short series or movie. Depends on what you want to call it. I decided to rank it as a movie. And to be honest, I've never watched this. I've always wanted to watch this, never have. Glad I finally did because it is good. I don't love the animation, to be honest. I don't love that 2D animation. It's not canon, so I guess you don't really need to watch it, but um, it kind of does provide some added information for you, mostly about Asajj or Ventress, whatever you want to call her, Asajj Ventress. So, yeah, I definitely think it's still worth a watch for you, even if it's not canon anymore, I guess. But it's fine. I think a lot of this movie, for some reason, is just no one talking. And they really build up Mace in this, which I don't really care for Mace. I never really have. So, whatever. I don't really care. 72 out of 100. Let's move on to Star Wars Biomes, and this is gorgeous. This is a really, really gorgeous little short film exploring like a handful of different biomes throughout the Star Wars universe. And I would love an open world game where you could actually travel from Star Wars planet to planet, where you could actually travel through these biomes, through these worlds. It would be really fun. Or if I could just go to the Star Wars universe in a peaceful time, I would love that. 75 out of 100 for biomes. Let's move on to the original Mortal Kombat, which I ranked in 1990, or sorry, which from 1995. I ranked it a 76 out of 100. I think it's fun. It's funny, fantastic music. The techno score is awesome. Been on repeat most of the weekend, and it's fucking hilarious. It's got such a 90s charm to it, and Paul W.S. Anderson has some of the most like up and down movies. Like some people love them, some people hate them. A lot of them are very fuck man, I forgot that I'm blanking on the word that I'm actually looking for, but a lot of them are very, again, up and down. Some people love them, some people hate them. I keep wanting to say bipolar, but I know that's not the right word. What fucking word am I looking for? I forget. Anyways, I rank this as 76 out of 100 again. That techno score is awesome. The music is fun. The characters are fun. I like the action. The action's pretty awesome. The tournament aspect from this is pretty sweet as well. And yeah, I mean, really, I have no complaints about this movie. I think it's good, but it's not my favorite Mortal Kombat movie. My favorite is the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. It looks very fucking good. A lot of people don't like this movie because there's no tournament in it, but we do see the tournament in the second one, which I don't think is great, anyways. But yeah, this movie looks great. Got me invested in the characters, and this is a really funny movie. I laughed a lot at this movie, which not many movies do for me. So really enjoyed that as well. And yeah, I mean, I had a good time with it. I ranked it an 80 out of 100. I think it's pretty sweet. So it was fun. Let's move on to Priscilla, which I ranked an 81 out of 100. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a big fan of Elvis. I honestly could probably only name you like two or three Elvis songs, honestly, if that. I don't know if I could name you any off the top of my head. So, putting this in Priscilla's point of view, putting us in her shoes throughout her life while being married to Elvis, I think is very interesting. I want to watch the Austin Butler Elvis to hopefully get a better idea of what type of person Elvis was, because again, I really don't know. But Mel and I have always talked about watching it, so maybe we'll watch it at some point. Anyways, yeah, I think this is a good movie. It looked pretty great. Kaylee Spaney is fucking awesome. Jacob Elordi is also pretty sweet in this as well. But Kaylee Spaney, she's incredible in this movie. And I ranked it an 81 out of 100. Let's move on to the top three with Thunderbolts rounding out the top three at number three. Sorry, I should say. Anyways, I ranked it an 86 out of 100. I think it's great. I did lower it from both of the previous times I watched it last year in theaters. Mel and I have been kind of in a MCU mood lately, but there's only some specific ones we wanted to watch. So we watched Shang-Chi a little bit ago. Um, we just watched Thunderbolts. We're probably going to watch Civil War, just celebrating its 10th anniversary last week or this week, I believe. So that's pretty cool too. And yeah, I mean, Thunderbolts, I think is a great movie. It's pretty emotional. I was crying. I always cried to that scene at the end when they're all hugging. And yeah, I think it's fun. I ranked it an 86 out of 100. Let's move on to The Other Guys, which I ranked a 91 out of 100. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I've never seen it before, believe it or not. But I'm glad I finally have because it's hilarious. Absolutely cackled most of this movie. I thought this was a lot of fun. It's funny. I find I don't really typically like Will Ferrell's comedy, but I really enjoyed it in this movie. And again, I just think it's a lot of fucking fun. It's a really fun buddy cop action comedy movie. And of course, those two, Dwayne and Sam Jackson, the greatest duo I think I've ever seen as like a cameo feature in a film. Really great. Ranking a 91 out of 100. And let's move on to my favorite watch of the week, which is the GOAT, the Star Wars GOAT, in my opinion, which is Revenge of the Sith, which I ranked a 100 out of 100. As always, I don't think that's ever going to change. It is my favorite Star Wars movie. It always has been, and I think it probably always will be. And yeah, 100 out of 100. It's peak. It hits like a truck. It sucks every time. I hope for a different outcome, and it's never happened, but one day it will. No, it won't. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. This was a long one. I apologize, but like I said, I had a lot to talk about. So, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully, you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.